All right, so let's see if we can go back and take a look. Whoops, that's not what I want. Okay. Actually, I'll start with one page before. Nope, two. Okay, you ready? So here's today's lesson. I am. The natural log of x equals y is exactly the same as e raised to the y equals x. One is a way of saying it in logarithmic form, and one is a way of saying it in exponential form. So even though we wouldn't write it, ln, the base, is e. And we've already seen e when we talk about continuous growth rates. Right? Now, continuous growth rates are different from, like, annual growth rates, but it's just a different way of saying it. We could actually convert continuous to annual growth rates. Say yes. Okay. All right, so base e is just a different base that we run across often enough in math to want to talk about the logarithms with a base of e. So e to the y equals x is the exponential way of saying it. The natural log of x equals y is the logarithmic way of saying it, and they say exactly the same thing. So I would probably say the natural log of e to the n equals n, and e to the natural log of n equals n. In other words, I guess none of this is right anymore. In other words, the natural log function and the e raised to the function, those are inverse functions. They undo each other. Okay? So this is really just saying, look, natural log and e raised to the are inverse functions. So far, so good? This feel a lot like Friday? Yeah. Sam? No? I thought you were thinking about it. Yeah. No? Yes. No, I was just figuring it out. Okay. Evan?
Does E equal ln?
No. Okay. E is 2.718, whatever. The ln is a function. You have to take the natural log of something, and the function, the ln function, asks this question. What would you raise e to get me? Okay? So if I say, what's the natural log of 1, that question's asking, what would you raise e to get 1? Monty says 0. No, e raised to the 0 is 1.
Oh,
okay. I think one of the questions I think Monty did it, maybe, on Friday was like this. What would you raise e to get e to the 5th? 5. Okay? That's what that question asks. E raised to the 5th equals e to the 5th. Yeah, that's totally true. Right? So the natural log function asks the question, what would you raise e to get me? And log base 10 asks the question, what would you raise 10 to get me? Elizabeth?
What I don't understand is for number 2, for e, the ln, I understand that, like, e to the ln cancels out with e, the ln, and p, but why? Because those aren't equal. E and ln.
They're not equal. They're definitely not equal. As a matter of fact, if you think about inverse functions, like adding 1 and subtracting 1 are inverse functions, right? They're not equal. Like multiplying by 10 and multiplying by a 10th undo each other. They're not equal. So it actually makes perfect sense that these e and ln would not be equal. And I think, let's see, I think this is going to be similar. If I were to write this in logarithmic form, it would say the natural log of n equals the natural log of n. So I'm going to start with that. Do you agree? Actually, I'll start with this. Do you agree that n is equal to n? Alright, so I'm going to take the natural log of both sides. That equality still holds true. I'm now going to write this in exponential form. E raised to the ln of n equals n. That's just another way of writing that. Okay? So again, the important thing is inverse functions aren't equal, they undo each other. Okay? Let's see, we could do the whole, actually, look, we did the Sam versus Sam thing on Friday, and I inadvertently used ln's instead of log base 10. And I said, oh, let's do the whole thing over again with log base 10. And you guys said, this is a joke. Why are you going to make us do this over again? We get it. Like, stop making us do it. Did you remember that? Yeah, okay. We could. All of the rules that we did on Friday hold true with bases other than base 10. So the natural log of a times b is equal to the natural log of a plus the natural log of b. The natural log of a divided by b is equal to the natural log of a minus the natural log of b. And the natural log of b raised to the t is equal to t natural log of b. None of this is a surprise to you. As a matter of fact, you've been doing this for the last chapter. Not just this chapter, you were doing this back in chapter 3. Right? Say yes. All right, so let me start asking you a few questions. Let's try doing 1b. I want to write ln of 8 is approximately 2.079, but instead of saying it in logarithmic form, I would like to say it in exponential form. Who wants to try to take a look at b? Michelle? Yep. And I'm going to use approximately 8 because it doesn't work out perfectly, but it's pretty close. All right. Michelle calling someone to do 1c. ln, or you can say natural log of. So if the base is e raised to the, no, we did backward. So how about switching it around? The natural log 7.389 equals 2. And remember, the question asks, what would I raise e to get 7.389? And that's how we say it in logarithmic form, and this is how we say it in exponential form. Is that all right? All right. Let's see. Travis calling someone to do, did we already do b? Did we do e? I think we didn't. Did we do all these? Oh, you guys are too smart. What can I ask you to do then? Oh, all right. So go ahead. Do 3A, B, and C just really quickly. This is Evan's question, where Evan said we could do this. Wow, you guys were really good on Friday. Way to be, Precalc. Not leaving us anything to do today.
Give us calc credit.
I was thinking of that. Sam. All right. The natural log of 17 divided by 3. 1.73 dot 5 dot on and on. What about the natural log of 17 minus the natural log of 3? Same thing, no way. That's crazy. Can't be the same thing. Are you sure? It's just a different way of saying the same thing. Now, caution. I want the wrong answer for 3C. Keith, that is wrong.
1.73.
Oh my gosh. You all bring me so much joy. The natural log of 17 divided by the natural log of 3 is something, right? What is it? 2.57 or whatever. The important thing is C is definitely not the same as A or B, and that's a very, very common misconception that pre-calc students have. They think the natural log of 17 over 3 is the same as, like you can distribute the natural log, so it would be natural log of 7 over the natural log of 3. Natural log of 17 over the natural log of 3. Doesn't work. Okay? So you have to know your rules of logarithms. Sam?
So would that be the natural log of 17 with the base of 3?
Oh, interesting. You're doing the base, the change of base backward. I got to think about it. The log base 3 of 17. Yep.
Natural log. That's right.
Nope. That's right. Log base 3 of 17. And we just changed it by taking the natural log of the base, putting it in the bottom. Base is in the basement, and the natural log of 17. Yeah. Now, we're never going to be able to check because you don't have a calculator that can do log base 3. You can probably check on a computer. My guess would be that if you had a computer, you could probably log on and be like, base 3 logarithms or something. And some site would pop up, because someone doesn't have... Someone had to have wanted to figure it out. Okay. All right, do 4C. And then we can get tests and homework back. Actually, why don't you talk to me? Danny, you want to start me off with first step? For 4C.
For 4C, we'll first divide by 28.
All right, so 0.08t equals 40 over 28. So that's a good first step. That's enough out of you. Next step? Andrea, how do you feel about next step? Do you want to do it?
LN?
Yeah, keep talking. That's not a step, that's like 2 letters.
LN times both sides.
All right, take the natural log of, so we're not multiplying, but of both sides. So we get the natural log. Whoops, I forgot a t up here. Sorry. So, and I put a 5 in. Sorry, I'm going crazy here. Oh, so you're saying I can't read my own handwriting because it's so bad? Okay, natural log of 40 over 28. All right, let's see. Corinne, how would you feel about next step?
Well, wait. When you do that, isn't it like you wouldn't bring down the 0.08t?
Yep.
So it's 80 times 0.08t equals 170.
All right, and let's ln or natural log. There's no such thing as ln. All right.
We use ln instead of log.
Say that again.
Only when like the base equals 80, use ln.
You can actually use natural log anytime you want. It's certainly the most convenient base to use when the base is e. The most convenient logarithm to use when we have base e is the natural log. Okay. What is the natural log of e? That's 1. So 0.08t is equal to ln of 40 over 28. Are we home free?
Yeah.
Say yes. Okay. Nice work. Is that true?